How video games made me become an author. While those two things are completely different, the short answer is yes, absolutely. But the long answer is no. When I think back to my childhood, video games were the single most important thing in my life. More than food, more than water, and even more than writing. I loved the idea of just going into a virtual world and playing my favorite games. It was such a fun activity that physically grew up with me. And as I learned more about writing, I thought back to this period of my life when I played video games. Getting back my Switch in my hands made me remember why I love this process so much. And as things continue to grow, video games will grow up with me. As things go, you will eventually leave certain things behind. And likewise, video games is one of those things that I left for a good while. In this video, I want to discuss the importance of video games, how it changed me to be a writer, as you see here, but why I value it so much to the point where I eventually let it go. Hello. If you don't know me, I'm Arnel Arcega. I'm one of the healthiest authors and writers you will ever meet on this platform. I continue to improve my craft by reading books, looking into movies, and just getting better at writing. By then, I hope to write 5 books before I finish school, and I want to use this period of my life to showcase why I love writing so much. If you want to help me on this venture so I can personally help you, then check out my Instagram down in the link of the description. DM me right so I can personally help you, as well as check out my books down there as well. For now, let's talk about the period it took for me to get to that point where I can physically write books and why this was the thing that got me to that point in the first place. My life as a gamer is one that's pretty easy to explain. Like most kids growing up, I had a device, whether that was a 3DS or a Nintendo Switch, that made me stay up late. It made me energized, fulfilled, and it gave me a sense of purpose, especially as a kid. For most of us as kids, we are neglectful, ignorant, and kind of dumb. But that's the beauty of our childhood. We continue to learn and grow so we could get better at where we are going. By then, we can be strong adults, but over the course of time, we learn to let go of certain vices so we can get to that point of adulthood. Likewise, being a kid is one where you have to get better at things, to adapt and to grow, which is why video games are so prevalent in everyone's life, no matter what gender or race you are. It's a beautiful, universal experience that allows us to be stronger and better as a whole. This isn't a diss to video games because I truly believe when growing up, it's a beautiful process that is generous enough for me. When I was growing up, my favorite games were Pokemon, Mega Man, Mario, all these Nintendo classics while also playing a couple PlayStation stuff. I was never a huge Xbox guy, but in that time, I made sure to just play my favorite games. I was a huge Pokemon nerd back in the day, and it was beautiful to know that there was a time where I expressed my love for this series that is still going on for those kids today. I think that's beautiful, and when thinking about video games, it's good to know why we value it so much. Earlier in the month, I downloaded a Pokemon ROM, one of my old save files that I remember playing several years ago. I learned that there's plenty of things that's changed. I tried going back. I really tried going back to video games. But because of the time period it's been and how long it's been since I physically touched a game, I realized that there's no point to playing in the first place. Yes, I messed around with the buttons left and right and eventually got to the point where I was satisfied, but that was a single hour of my time. For most of us and most of you, I guarantee you guys play video games for at least more than 2 hours. Yes, that may sound small, but in the general context of our lives, we have 24 hours to live by. And if you spend an hour a day each just playing video games, that's an hour of your improvement being forced towards video games and not towards the real life in front of you. This isn't a video to diss video games. Rather, I'm going to demonstrate why video games has changed, why it doesn't work as well for me, and what you can learn from it. Video games, if you benefit off of it, whether that's through a business or find genuine fulfillment in it, then go ahead. But understand that for many of us who want to improve and get better at our own crafts, we have to stop consuming products that will take so much of our time that we don't improve ourselves. This is where the topic of books come in. Books worked for me in that period of life in which I just had to find something fulfilling. In those low moments which I don't know what I'm doing, I pick up a book and start reading. This is because it's one of those safety nets. It allows me to just relax my mind right before going to bed or start it up when trying to get an idea. It's good to know why I value books so much and why it's so different from video games. They both fulfill the same purpose of enveloping you in this one experience. But the more time we spend looking at screens, the less we think about ourselves. I love video games as much as the next person, but as I get older, the more I realize it is something that most of us should stick to as children. We learn over the course of time to get better at our craft. We have to go out there and experience things in the real world. We have to talk to that pretty girl over there, or we have to go out and start that business. Whatever the case is, or whatever goal you're trying to achieve, video games, for the most part, are great in the fact that they are your comfort zone. They get you where you want to relax and be at ease. But I've also learned that to be a greater person, you have to put that away. I've seen countless videos defend video games. I'm perfectly fulfilled in the fact that it is something that will make us better. Ignoring the Pokemon thing, I did go back to Fortnite a while ago. I know, Fortnite player. But it was one of those things where I cherished it with my brothers. And I love playing this every single time I get because it just allows me to be free. It allows me to be funny. And it's a grand moment, a grand experience that when we get that win feels so satisfying. But then there's the cost of every win we get. By the time that win is over, reality hits. You remember the schoolwork you have to get done. You remember the video you have to work on. And you remember that book that's just sitting on the corner, whether it's needed to be typed away or read. There's more things in our physical lives that we have to get done that we cannot do in our virtual world. And that's what I want to defend, especially with this video. Over the course of time, I love video games. I recently went back to some of my all-time favorites like Hollow Knight, Super Mario Odyssey, and even Cuphead. Some of these are like favorites of mine. I played these back in my adolescence, but the closer I get to adulthood, the more I understand that it's all about integrity. The integrity of being able to do what's right, even if the pleasurable comfort zone is here. I do believe that there are benefits to video games. I do believe that for those periods in which you can vice, you can go back to it. But for those who want to go above and beyond, it's something that we have to push away. This is because it's all about chasing our dreams. And video games, unless it is the dream itself, will never be the full dream. If you aren't trying to be a streamer or trying to make a business out of video games, then stop playing those damn games. Stop playing something that will distract you from your goals, from your real ambition to live a more fulfilling life. There will always be benefits to video games. Same with how there are benefits to parties. As the negatives will continue to grow, there will be some amount of positives. And this push towards my more creative side came about because of me enjoying video games of my past. I love this period of my life because I can use it as reflective moments for my characters or for the lessons I'm giving out with these videos. I'm fulfilled knowing that I can tell greater stories because of the games I've played. And for the most part, I want those who haven't had that experience to feel the same way I and many other people in their childhoods did. But like most, we have to grow up. We have to be able to understand that even if you are young, it doesn't matter what age you are. It's all about maturity. And the moment you let go of some of those childhood experiences, the more you can focus on what is valuable in life. Now, don't cope. Don't say, well, it's just an hour a day, maybe 2 hours. No, get to work now. It's all about getting to the point where you can physically enjoy the process of doing something you love. And that's why I value books so much. I went over in my journal last night about why I love video games so much. And I specifically wrote, let me find it. The process of video games is one that I adore. I genuinely think it's fulfilling, but I know that I have things to get done. I know that there is work to be found, and why we have things that matter. It's a small quote I wrote for myself that night, but I do understand with my ability to focus on what is valuable, the more I can chase my dreams. To be able to play your dreams is one that is so valuable that many people throughout your life will never go towards. They will work 9-to-5 jobs that they don't enjoy, and they won't be free and energized to do what they're passionate about. I choose books because of the fact that they serve the same purpose as video games, a chance to escape. But it also allows you to be more creative and explore greater ideas better than yourself. And while video games can do the same idea, books like fictional stories or even just writing tools are what gives you the power to choose. So remember, choose what vice you want to play. Choose what area of life you want to focus on. And for me, when considering books and why I love the process of writing characters, stories, and dialogue, it's all because I chose this over this. I hope you can enjoy today's video less as a diss towards video games. If you choose and truly find the path that you are okay with, then go for it. But understand the consequences and the losses you get out of it. This is why I choose books, because the consequences of books are more manageable than the consequences of video games. Reality will hit, but it's all for a matter of what you choose. Remember to check out my books down in the link in the description, as well as my Instagram if this video inspired you to write your own story or create something passionate. Remember to keep on working, and until next time, keep on reading, keep on writing. Take care.